So it's Sunday here at Call of the Wild Festival, and I've seen Dave and Sophie from Star Circus in the crowd, so I've grabbed them out for a chat. How are you doing today?
Yeah, feeling
just
surprisingly fresh, actually.
just waking up myself. Had to go into the drive-in from the hotel pretty much a few minutes after getting out of the hotel, and it's been a really nice weekend.
I thought I saw you here yesterday as well. We're here Friday as well.
We got here late on Friday, like 7 o'clock, so we caught like the last few bands.
I was going to say, who have you seen that you've enjoyed so far?
This house we built.
Our friends in this house we built were
playing
really
with
good.
later in the year. The Yardbirds in Grimsby.
We'd never seen Royal Republic before, and I thought they were fantastic.
They were
so much fun, and
possibly the band of the weekend.
like no shame in having like all sorts of different genres going on, which is obviously something that we kind of do, but they do it like on another level. So.
Having barbershop raga.
I'm the same. I've never
that.
seen them before, and they were phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd heard good things, but until Raz booked them for this, I hadn't really heard the name pop up much. So really glad we checked them out.
Fantastic set. Who else?
Well, we like the Commoners, obviously. That's one of the few bands we saw on Friday, but they're really cool, kind of Black Crow sort of vibe.
Yeah, but Black Crows, Blackberry Smoke, lots of bands with black in the name,
There
is a lot.
It's either Black or Stone, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And we're really looking forward to seeing Brave Rival today.
I was going to say, who are you looking forward to seeing today on
Brave
Sunday?
Rival are really great. Like, we've played one show with them before, and hopefully doing some more later in the year that we've been chatting about. So they're just brilliant at what they do. Fantastic musicians
and lovely people. Really, really nice. And Bobby Dazzle, who's starting shortly, but we want to catch a bit of
her, and then obviously Michael Monroe's a legend, so that'll be amazing.
Indeed. So you're here watching this year, but last year you was here actually performing. What's your memories of last year?
That's an interesting question. It's we arrived to perform as a 5-piece, and we ended up performing as a 4-piece due to certain circumstances, but it went surprisingly okay, and
I think we made the best of a bad situation, basically, and
So some of our memories of last year are kind of fear and horror and what are we going to do, but we got through it. Some people even liked us, which was
positive.
So, and then just absolutely loving Taiketo, who are a band I've loved since sort of my late teens. And,
there were a lot of really great bands last year that we saw.
Choir Boys were great, and a lot of other good bands.
I certainly liked you last year, so there was nothing wrong with Star Circus last year.
Thank you.
I can tell you on that.
Okay.
And what have you been up to since? Well, obviously I know one thing, which we'll talk about in a moment, new album out soon, but apart from that, what have you been up to?
We've we just played Breaking Bands Festival, which was cool, and Chesham Fringe, which was surprisingly awesome. We had a really good day. We were playing the corner of a pub, and we had to turn down the bigger venue on the Sunday because we were already booked for Breaking Bands Festival, and Ian Slack, who's an old friend of mine, I've known more than 20 years, he was like, well, I can put you on the Saturday, but it's just tip in a little pub. There's no fee, but people are going to pay some tips, and we made over 100 quid in tips.
Right.
And played. Just Sophie's parents were there, and they said it was the best they'd ever seen us in the corner of a pub.
I think
no
it's because
stage.
it felt like really low pressure.
Yeah.
We had a really good sound man, but then also we had no idea what the crowd were going to be like. And then turns out there's loads of really lots of rock music fans in Chesham, so lots of people ended up buying tickets for our album launch and stuff. So
little town just
it was a
outside
good one
London,
in the end.
full of rockers apparently. So we'll be going back. I think.
Oh, lovely.
So
But other than that, just more gigging, and obviously most of the last year has been spent making this album basically. So, and filming lots of videos. I think we just released our fourth one from this album.
Yeah, so new single was out on Friday.
On Friday,
So that's out. 2 odds make an even. Tell us about it.
Okay, well, I mean, It's a song. It's actually a song I wrote for Sophie. I'd had the kind of the guitar intro and a few bits kind of kicking around for a while, and needed the inspiration, and that's what happened. But it's kind of broadly it's like definitely a romantic sort of song, but there's a kind of like power pop sort of slant to the lyrics where I've slipped in a bit of maths and science in there, where just using analogies for things, because I wanted to write something a bit different, not your usual I would like swim across an ocean and crawl over glass and all that kind of stuff that's in 100 David Coverdale songs or whatever. So
it's been done.
It's been done. Very certainly a very nice, light, summery feel to it. Was
exactly
that
what we're going for. It's actually our anniversary of meeting this weekend, so it all kind of came together perfectly. Like 1st of June, first day of the summer.
All right,
we met late at night on a night out, and the rest is history with that. And so we thought that's the perfect timing for this as a single. It's the final track on the album, and
like finish it on a positive
Yeah,
note.
we wanted
There's some like slightly darker songs on the album, so it's nice to still like finish it on a high, quite chilled.
It's a darker album.
Very deep song.
It's a darker album than the first one, so we thought, but there is, the idea of it being from the wreckage rather than just the wreckage. It's there's a positive slant to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I understand From the Wreckage, your latest album, which is out 13th of June.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Yeah.
You plan to start it, writing it and doing it first half of 2024, but things were obviously going a little bit wrong. Is that why it has a bit of a darker edge to it, do you feel?
I think very much so. Like a couple of the songs were Dave's ideas from not last year, but most of it was written sort of in the early stages of 2024, and then we finished it sort of just after Call of the Wild last year. So actually the Wreckage is sort of written kind of, the lyrics kind of are taken from sort of the experience we had there with someone massively letting us down.
The song The Wreckage, which is the third track on the album, and there were just there were a few things we had some some issues with management and other things, and a lot of shows falling through, and we had a really, really good 2023, and then 2024 just got off to...
Just felt like an upward struggle for most of it, but basically until the end of the year when we finally sort of got back on our feet and had finished recording the album, and we were like, what, through all of this we've actually made what we think is a really good album.
It was the songwriting really, with everything else kind of happening around us. It wasn't tragic, nobody died or anything, but it was this, the songwriting that was happening, and the ideas that really held us together as as a band and as a as a project moving forward. So we're excited.
Good. Am I right in saying there's some guest guitarists on the album?
Yeah, that's right.
I read that somewhere. How did they come about?
We know him as Valerio Riccardi. He's sometimes known as Richie Mohicano.
Yeah,
is that how you say that?
From Doberman.
The guitarist from Doberman. Years ago, I was sort of depping in a Guns N' Roses tribute with him, and we've known Doberman for years, and we ended up doing some shows with them last year. We get on really well as bands, and the situation with our guitarist John leaving meant that there was some stuff open. I always like the kind of guitar interplay. I'm not someone who wants to play every guitar solo.
And that's not how when we wrote it. Like, we didn't intend it to be sort of one guitarist doing all the solos and stuff. So we've got him doing the solo on the Wreckage.
The Wreckage.
His style really suits that.
Yeah, he's incredible on that.
And then your friend Tom Draper.
Who I got into heavy metal when we were teenagers. He's about 3 years younger than me, and we met him at a party, and he was into Oasis and stuff like that, and a little bit of Guns N' Roses, and then I corrupted him, and it's been downhill ever since.
He's been in Carcass and stuff now.
Yeah, he was in Carcass and Angel Witch for a bit, and he lives over in the States now, over near San Francisco, and he guested on the last album, and we just had a part in the song Destiny's Door that I thought would really suit his style. So Tom's on board. I think Tom will probably be on board for every album we do, because he's just an absolute star. He's one of my best mates. So
but you can ask him to do anything and he always comes up with something amazing.
And then who else have we got? We've got I'm still waking up.
I don't know anymore.
Obviously, Owen's on it. Owen from what's Owen's band's called?
Burdensome.
So he depped with us playing the end of last year. He's a great guitar player and a really lovely guy. And the opening track, Over and Over.
Yeah.
He guessed on that. William, our producer, plays a bit of guitar on it, when we first released Turn the Tide as a single as well, like Santiago was very much just like a guest on that, but now we've got him playing for us at these current live shows, so it's kind of a guest, but now he's kind of in the live band for this run of shows anyway.
Fantastic. So just going back to Two Odds Made an Even, like I said, I love the song. Seeing the video, whereabouts was that filmed?
Was that Mill Hill?
It's
filmed
North
London.
round the corner to where I grew up, which I never thought I'd film a video anywhere in sort of the North London suburbs. But my cousin pointed out this park that's beautiful and no one really goes there. It's bizarre. It's just in the middle of the suburb, northwest London suburbs in Mill Hill, and I can't remember what it's called. The park.
Something open space, I think. It was just like I'd never been there before, but when we were like looking for locations, we were just trying to think like what's nostalgic, like where did we go like when we were like teenagers and stuff, like, and it was like field parties I think lake parties and things, so we were like trying to find somewhere, but in London that's obviously really difficult because there's people everywhere, so we're quite lucky that your cousin gave us the tip off of that part. It has like no one there.
It's about a 20-minute drive from where we live, and it looks like we're in the countryside when actually we're in zone 4 London, and it was great. Well, I think the second day we were there pretty much all afternoon, and I think about 3 people walked past with dogs and the whole shoot, and that was it.
It was a lot of fun, just like friends just having fun in a field. Basically.
It was a bank holiday as well, so we got really lucky because all our friends were free to do it, and it was just sitting drinking with some mates and being filmed, and Dean Addison, who does our videos, who also does a lot of stuff for Tiger Tales, and he was filming a Slipknot gig apparently. He
films loads of live stuff as well.
He's absolutely brilliant. This is the 4th video we've done with him. We've done 5 now.
He's like our guy now, because we're like,
he's your guy.
This is like,
we're
never disappointed with what he delivers. It's like if he's available, he's our choice.
I thought it was like way out in the country somewhere, but
it feels like
surprised me where it was.
Everyone said that.
A couple of camera tricks and nice filters to make it look a bit warmer than it was that day. But
they were literally behind where Dean was filming the band footage. There were houses. There's like people's just this street of suburban.
Dean lives here in Lincolnshire, and he was like, why didn't you just come to me where there actually are fields where, and we were like, we have to bring all the extras, and everyone lives in London.
Nobody drives in London, so...
No one complained about, Ruben playing the drums in the field.
No, so, we did 3 takes. I was like, you're going to have to probably do 1 take before someone complains. We got 3 in the end, and no one said anything. It was just bizarre, because obviously he's got the track on through headphones, so all we're hearing is just someone drumming in a field, pretending they're playing to the actual song fully, and it was videos. I love making videos. A lot of bands say they hate them, but we've always had a really pretty much.
It can be a bit stressful, but I mean, for example, that day did not get off to a good start. The muffler fell off your car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did it? Oh, crikey.
So
No,
we
that
were
was-
like,
that-
we
yeah,
were
that
like,
was
are we even going to make it? Like,
the first
but
day
then
of
it
the
was,
two, yeah.
oh, that was the first day when we did the band footage.
Yeah,
but
and
anyway,
then I had to drive
so
round
it felt like the video was going to be cursed when it actually was fine.
illegally without a muffler for a little bit until I got it
We had
replaced.
to get
Don't
there.
tell.
No,
Yeah.
we won't say anything about that. So, album out, as I mentioned, 13th of June, so that's a bit less than 2 weeks today.
Yeah.
Can people then pre-order it then? Is it on your site ready for pre-order?
It's available for digital pre-save. The pre-order is something that our label is responsible for.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I believe it's available on some platforms.
On
but
some
I
platforms.
can't speak for them.
Yeah,
But yeah.
they had someone quit in the art department part way through whilst the design was being made, so some platforms apparently it's available from July the 11th.
All right.
But no, they'll be. I
physically.
think like on Amazon and other
Yeah, I was gonna
shops,
say,
it'll be available definitely.
Obviously, everybody's streaming now, but
Yeah.
do you do CDs and vinyl? Is it going to be out on CD and vinyl?
Yeah, absolutely.
that's-
I mean, we've got a physical distribution deal with the Arizona-based Renaissance Records, and they're really big on particularly vinyl. But
Yeah.
yes, they're sorting out vinyl and CD, and there's going to be like a special edition colour vinyl as well. So yeah, and also we're having our album launch show
Yes.
at the Underworld in Camden on Saturday the 21st of June. So we'll have some CDs for people to pick up then as
There'll
well.
be some there, will there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to ask about that. You're playing with, well, not playing with you, AK and the Red Kites.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Have you
yeah.
played with them before?
Not as AK and the Red Kites. We've done a lot of shows with Andrew's previous band, which was Trident Waters.
Yeah, Trident Waters is brilliant.
So yeah, I think his new project is sort of. I mean, it's still very new, but it's very much still got sort of the same vibe, and a lot of the old Trident Waters fans will definitely continue to support them. So we just thought it'd be really great to play the first show together.
Yeah, we
when
were
we haven't played
talking
with
about
him as his new outfit yet. So
doing some stuff with him, and also the bass player was the sound man at the gig, the pub gig.
at our Cheshire Fringe gig.
Cheshire Fringe,
Yes,
where-
that's how we
where
met him.
apparently we sounded the best we ever sounded. So,
yeah, he seems like a really good guy.
So
So
that was our first time really meeting him, and
Yeah.
he's lovely. No idea who the drummer is. I'm sure he's a good bloke.
But no, we've obviously had a listen to their stuff, and it
Yeah,
sounds
me
really
too,
great.
yeah,
And
I love those.
I think it'll be a good fit because we are different. Yet there's definitely like a bit of a crossover, certainly with like the fan base and stuff. So I think
definitely feel that.
I think it's going to be a really great night.
So that's 21st of June at the
Yeah.
Underworld, Camden, yeah?
Yeah.
Where can people get tickets for that?
We've got tickets either through the Underworld. They're selling through Dice and Ticketweb, I think. Ours are through Eventbrite, so whichever platform. But you can either go on starcircus.co.uk where we've got a link, or go on the Underworld Camden's website.
I think
they
there's
also have links.
slightly less of a handling fee on Eventbrite. If you want to save yourself about 50p,
Yeah.
you can get them straight from us on that.
Exactly.
Well, I will put a link to that in the description of this video, so if anybody wants
Wonderful,
tickets,
thank
because I'll
you.
get it out
Yeah.
before that
Yeah,
that
that'd be really
gig,
helpful,
and
thank
you
you.
can click on and get your tickets.
Co-
So
co-
following that, is there a tour to promote the album? What's your plans for the future?
So we've got a couple of really cool sort of festival dates later in the year. For example, we've got Rockmantic, which we're doing with a couple of the other bands who've played here this weekend, like This House We Built, but also there's like CJ Wildheart and It's Noctane.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool lineup. Then we've got Cornwall Rocks.
Cornwall Rocks, but we've never been that far and down there
Right,
before.
yeah.
We've actually never really done the South Coast as Star Circus. I've played it with previous bands, but so it's exciting getting down to Cornwall.
Yeah, and then I think I mentioned earlier that there's talks of us at least doing a handful of shows with Brave Rival again. I'm sure, we've pretty much spoken about all of them. It just depends like the logistics of things, but there'll be a few of those happening sort of October, November time as well.
Yeah, we're planning to try and get out and make it a proper tour in October, November.
Have a bit of a break over summer because I get it's like festival season. It's not always the best time to go and like try and promote just like a one-off show. So
a full tour here or
Yeah.
anything like that, and then I think we're sorting something for early next year as well. With,
there'll be like a spring tour next year as well.
Cool.
again, I'll put a link to anything that I find.
Cool. Yeah, we've got all our live dates that have been announced on our website.
I'll put that. Yeah, I'll put a link to your website again in here. So following on from that, you mentioned next year. Do you think you'll be back here, Call of the Wild 2026?
There has been mention that we will.
There been mention.
Yes.
There are rumours are circulating. So yeah.
But yeah, we love this festival and we love playing here. So anytime they want us back, we're always happy to come.
Lovely. Are they firm rumours? Can I get any more out of you?
I would say it's pretty firm, but I don't want to tread on anyone's toes.
I don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to say anything. We're not on a poster yet. So
there we go.
Well, fingers crossed you are here again, and we'll catch up with you again next year. But before then, Grimsby's not far away from here, which is where I live, so I should be catching you at Rockbantic
Grimsby
really Yardbirds, which is later on in the year.
That's going to be.
I can't remember the date, but
no, I can't remember. But again, there'll be a link.
Yes,
that venue is fantastic. Isn't it?
It's always so much fun. Yeah, really nice staff and always a good atmosphere. So yeah, always happy to go back there. It's great.
So until I see you at Yardbirds or here again next year, thanks Dave, Sophie from Star Circus. Thanks for talking to me, and enjoy the rest of your anniversary day.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Cheers.